What's up, everybody? Happy Sunday. It's your girl, Stephanie T, with the Wife School Podcast. And I have a special guest with me. I consider him a high value man in my personal group of friends. And I always love his opinion. I think he's full of wisdom and, you know, any opinion from a man that can help a woman get on the right path of her femininity, that can help her be the best version of herself. I'm all for it. And that's why he's such a good friend to me, mentor. Um, and I'm just glad to have him on my show today. So basically, I wanted to talk about this viral video about a Black woman. When now, Black women have been the hot topic on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, everywhere about their behaviors. And what was interesting to me is that we thought, as Black women, that our mouths and our sass can be applied all over the world and where we want to go. And if nobody's treating us the way we are supposed to be treated, that we can talk to anybody the way that we want to and have that attitude, and that the world's going to bend down to us. But that didn't happen in this case. So I'm going to get into the video, and I'm going to bring on my guest, and his name is Sean. And I'm going to, you guys give him a round of applause. I know you can't hear, but I'm going to bring him up. All right. Hi, Sean.
Hey, Stephanie, how you doing? Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure being here.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. We always have good conversation,
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
I am just so happy that I can have you on my podcast, and you've definitely been, that support, pushing me to just do things that are going to be a betterment for myself and my family. And I know that, that you want to do podcasting as well. So this is a good way to start off with nobody else that I trust, and I just, just am so happy that to have you in on a conversation and to help us discuss about Black women's behavior, because we're off the chain. And I see he's laughing because it's true. We're off the chain, and starting this channel, I feel like you try to put men call it, when they're trying to, be nice to the girl that they're dating, but she has some trauma, and they call him Captain Save-A-Hole. I feel like I'm being like a Captain Save-A-Hole to Black women, inspiring them to be good, but they just don't want to listen, and they want to do their own thing. And it's just messy in these social media streets and out in real life. But obviously, yeah. What do you think? What's your opinion about the current state of modern women in America, like Black women, or that you've encountered?
Well, I mean, I love my Black women. You're my queens. I mean, I have nothing negative to say. We all have our flaws. You know what I mean? We have our good qualities, our bad qualities. And what happens, like you said, social media gives us, because a lot of people live a fake life on social media. You know what I mean? And a lot of times social media is about making money, so they can use you to make their money. You know what I mean? And to hide their, excuse me, to hide their fan bases or membership or whatever the case may be. Now they're getting corporate sponsors because they see that they have a large followers. Now they're, and the corporate sponsors, the ones now are directing the calls, are directing the shots. So now it's all about the money. You know what I mean? So it's like a puppet show. You know what I mean? But the ones that are really out there, that are really spitting that truth and that life-changing word, you know what I'm saying? I mean, they're following their likes aren't that many. You know what I mean? Because people want to hear what they want to hear. You know what I mean? People want to see what they want to see. You know what I mean? We live in a world now where it's all about the drama. You know what I mean? We love drama. It's all about the drama. If you ain't got no drama to bring to the table, then you ain't got nothing to bring to the table. You know what I mean? You're not getting no likes or no love or anything like that. You know what I mean? If you're out here trying to help people, really, really help people, you're not getting all those likes and loves. You
Yeah.
know, that's part of the what do you call it? I guess the growing pains.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You gotta, in order to really get to where you gotta get to, you gotta go through that storm and go through the BS that social media and everything everybody's gonna bring to you when you're trying to bring the truth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like yourself. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So thank you, God. Not that you get the drama with the BS, but when you bring
Oh
the
no,
truth, because I know.
I've gotten plenty of drama. Definitely. Going on to certain influencers page. I'm not here like to bash people, but there's some things that they say that you're just like sometimes you have to speak up on. And I go on there and I'm like, hey, that's not right. You got to be a feminine woman. You can't, just simple stuff like you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't
Well,
do that. They're like, hey,
well,
mammy, shut up, girl. And you're
well,
like,
you
oh my
know,
God.
well, you know, everybody's entitled to their opinion,
Yeah.
and I love to listen because you know what I mean.
Mhm.
Who am I to say that I'm right and you're wrong? So you know what I mean. Everybody's entitled to their opinion and what they think, and I love to listen. You know what I mean? Because some of it, you know what I mean. You say, okay, I mean, where'd you get that from? How'd you come up with that? You know what I'm saying? And I would love to hear it. You know what I mean? Because like I said, once again, everybody's entitled to their own way of thinking. You know what I mean? Some of it's off the wall. Some of it's,
Yeah,
you know
but
what I mean?
okay, now let me ask you, like, but when does
Shoot.
it go too far, and when is it not,
Well, when does
okay?
it? Well,
When do you
well
have to step in because it's like a lot of
it,
keeps,
it really don't
like they
go
say,
too
the
far because
goalpost
that's
keeps being moved, and then if nobody's checking nobody, then it's just like you just got these wild rogues out here just doing what they want to do.
well. I mean, a wise man don't talk to a fool. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna waste too much time on somebody that's not listening to me or somebody that's sitting up here. You know what I mean? Contradicting me or you know what I mean? Bullshitting or saying I'm this, I'm this, and that. How much time you really think I'm wasting with them?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I'm not. My job ain't here to prove anything to nobody. You know what I mean? It's to prove it to myself. You understand what I'm saying? And when I prove it to myself and I do what I do and do what I say and stand on what I say, you know what I'm saying? Then the proof is in the pudding. I ain't got to really talk too much. My actions speak louder than the words. You know what I
Okay.
mean? And then I don't even talk. You know what I mean? If you want to come in the circle, small. So now, if you want to come on, then you show me that you're worthy of coming into it. You
Okay.
understand what I mean?
Hmm.
So,
Cool. Well, we're gonna get into the video and then have a discussion or a reactionary discussion on that. And hopefully, I do this right. One 1 second. Okay. And I think.
Terrifying for a Houston woman who we're told is being detained in Dubai. Fox 26's Dominique Keith joining us live near downtown Houston with why she's being held. Dominique.
Well, the crime she's charged with may surprise you, and Dubai is increasingly becoming a vacation spot for a number of Houston women. One who's there right now, according to her social media page, is trying to get back to the Bayou City. But according to her mom, her passport has been confiscated because she was charged with screaming in public.
It also could result in prison time. So it's very scary.
The trip turned terrifying for Tiara Young Allen when her mom says she was a passenger in a friend's rental car and they got into an accident there in Dubai. Tina Baxter says when her daughter went to the company to retrieve her ID, credit card, and other items left in the rental, Baxter says it did not go well.
She found out that she could only receive those items if she paid an undisclosed amount of money. She dealt with a very aggressive individual, a young man there who was screaming at her.
Baxter says her 29-year-old daughter ultimately yelled back at the rental car agent, she says, resulting in her being charged for screaming there in Dubai.
Right. So, Sean,
yeah.
looking at that, how do you feel, or what is your reaction with
I,
her behavior in
well,
this?
you know what? I can't comment on her behavior because I don't know what her behavior was. You understand what I mean? Because every action is a reaction. I don't know what this man did or what this man said to her. And then also, once again, you know, when you're going over to these different countries and different places, once again, you need to check their laws and everything before you go over there and see how they get down. You understand what I'm saying? Because you can't. What did they say? You can't take the hood out the person, but you can take the person out the hood. Yeah, I'm not saying she's hood, so don't get it twisted. I'm not judging this person. Definitely not judging this person. But once again, when you go into a whole different country, you got to move accordingly. You got to move differently. You understand what I mean? I mean, we're used to our ways. We're stuck in our ways in the United States, and we're accustomed to doing things and getting things the way what we want. Excuse me, I'm sorry. You know, so I don't know what happened over there. I don't even know what she said, or even how high or what body language she gave or aggression that she gave off to these people to charge her. I didn't see that. I don't know. So my comment is very minimal on that, because I don't want to judge a person if I don't know the facts. I'm not here to do that.
Okay. Well, knowing that, you know, that is kind of, you know, different, you know, for an American, because we usually, you know, raise our voices in exchange when we want to be heard, or if we're having a poor experience, or if we feel we're being disrespected. But which leads me to want to watch the rest of the video so we can get like a full story coverage. So I'm gonna go
Right.
back and let's see some more, and maybe we can pull some more information out of it.
Okay.
All right, 1 second.
So she is in jail for one reason and one reason alone. She raised her voice. In that country, a female is not even allowed to raise her voice. If she raises her voice, it's punishable by jail time.
It's been very emotional. There are some days I stay up all night crying.
They have a strict law system that is really based on theocracy.
This website warns.
All right.
Once
Okay.
again, when you go into these different countries like Dubai, Africa, wherever the case may be, you know what I mean, Asia, Hong Kong, once again, you know what I mean, you need to check their laws and what their do's and don'ts. You really need to check that. And that's just for real. You know what I mean? I know you want a vacation, you got the money, you want to do different things that you ain't never heard of, whatever the case may be. But if you don't know what you're getting into, then don't do it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. I definitely believe that, because I mean, you know, Black women, they got a mouth on them. And they
But
want,
okay, I mean, everybody got a mouth on, but you need to know when to shut it.
okay, but and this is the problem that we're having. This is the problem that we're experiencing. Sorry, I'm gonna have to mute you because I know you have a dog. It's okay. Yeah, and so don't worry. And this is the problem that, you know, we have to address. And a lot of people, there's they Black women used to be the cream of the crop, you know what I'm saying, as far as beauty and the standard. You know, people wanted to be Black women. They emulate us a lot, you know. They emulate the curvatures, the lips. You know, a lot of women that we know have money, they want to look and have the features of Black women. Black woman is body, you know, the attributes are for sale, you know what I'm saying. But one thing that does separate us from other women is our behavior and the issues.
Behaviors. You know what I mean? I'm not mad at that. I got mother, God bless her, grandmother, great grandmother. You know, I got 2 Black daughters. You know what I mean? Strong daughters. You know, and yes, I was in their life and I raised them. And you know what I mean? You're supposed to have your stand. You're supposed to stand up and speak for yourself. Yeah, you are. I'm not against that. You understand what I mean? But when I say no, and that goes for, when I say know when to shut your mouth, that goes for a woman and man. It's not just a woman. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody know when the you know what I mean, when to fold. You understand what I'm saying?
But we don't know when to fold. Like that is the problem.
Bro,
We don't know when to fold, and a lot of and that's the issue.
I believe that's the younger generation. I believe that's once again that's the social media and TikTok and everybody else.
It really isn't, because it really isn't. What my experience is that a lot of women, they throw in to conversation, back talk. They throw in conversation belittling.
Say that again.
Back talk. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're talking to me like, oh, whatever, or you need to know your place, or you should think before you open your mouth. They'll say things like that, and they'll throw it in there ever so slightly, and they think they're in the right. Or sometimes women I've seen will go tit for tat with men, even in a simple discussion as we're having. And and like, just to see that translate over into another country, you know what I'm saying? Maybe she didn't know the laws. We don't know what she did. We don't have video footage of what she, did, or what the other person did to them. But like you said, if they said that Black women are very highly educated, like they're one of the most highest educated class, in America, right? But if we're so highly educated, why don't we know, our role? Or why don't we know our place? Or why aren't we aware? You know what I'm saying?
I can't answer. I'm not a woman, so I don't know. But
I know, but if somebody was popping off to you, how would you view that person? Like, I know that you had said in the beginning of the conversation that you don't argue with a fool. Yes, but this is what's in your community, our community.
Well, I mean, first of all, let's start with this. Let's start with she's with her mother and daughter. It's mother and daughter there, right? So therefore, let the mother handle this. You feel what I'm saying? If I'm there with me and my son, or me and my daughter, whatever, if the man, whoever the concierge or the rental person or whoever the place may be, is getting out of place or even getting loud, that's not for my kid to step in. This is a grown folks conversation. No matter how old my kid is or my son is or daughter is, whatever the case may be. You understand? When I'm talking or when I'm doing business, you feel what I'm saying? You stand down. You know that. You understand what I'm saying? So therefore, let me handle this or whatever the case may be. And that's the problem right now with kids, or, the generation think they can, overstep, overstep the parents or whatever the case may be. The problem started back at home where, before we even go by, because once again, you're going to a whole nother country who got money, first of all, who play on a whole nother level than Houston. You understand what I'm saying? You're coming from the Bay Area. I'm not judging nobody, whatever case may be. So first of all, know where you're going. You feel what I'm saying? You're going to you're playing on a whole nother level. So that means your language got to step up, your attitude got to step up, your mentality got to step up. If that's where you want to go play at, you understand what I'm saying? So step your game up. You understand what I'm saying? If that's where you're going.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question. I'm gonna ask a series. I'm gonna have the flashing at the bottom of the screen. Okay. What does a feminine woman look like to you? Because in this case, even though it was not an ideal, I've been in situations where it's not ideal, but sometimes you can't lose your cool because.
What a feminist woman look like? She looked like my wife. That's what. And what I mean by that is, I'm the boss. Yeah, I'm the boss. But in the house or wherever the case may be, she's the boss. She's the real boss. You know what I'm saying? She's the glue of the family. She's the one that keeps it together. She's the one that keeps me in check and keep it in order. Yeah, she's the boss. But if I got to override it, then yeah, I override it. But 9 times out of 10, I don't override it. But if I have to, I will. But I don't. You understand what I mean? So what's the feminist? I guess when
feminine woman.
a feminine one. I'm sorry, excuse me.
Mhm.
Please excuse me, media. You know what I mean? The world, whatever. You know what I mean? But one who holds your ground, one who know how to get that woman once again in the bedroom, at home. You feel what I'm saying? Then one who, you know what I'm saying, knew how to put the world and yeah, you feel what I'm saying? I mean,
You're breaking up just a little.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Better now?
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, one who's doing, you know what I mean, she's doing her thing, who's holding it down. Matter of fact, we take it back to grandma days. You know what I'm saying? One who's really that big mama. You know, who got everything locked down, do what you're supposed to do. You understand? But now, big mama, what I mean by that is, they don't only look different, they move different, they're not old no more. They're young, ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, a feminine woman is one who knows the one who holds one who knows a place. I misquoted that. I said that. The
Get closer to your mic.
one who really, you know what I mean? She know how to hold it down. She'll
Yeah.
not her knowing her place. One who holds it down. That's a better way of saying.
Okay. All right. Okay. Now, even if she knows her place and knows how to hold it down, does she does anything outside of the home? Because a lot of women feel that.
What do you mean by do something outside of home? What do you mean?
Okay. Now, what a lot of women are, doing these days is that they're, getting job opportunities, they're getting higher pay, they're getting you know, all these opportunities, and like they feel that they want to have a man that makes more than them. But then there comes a time when their man doesn't make more than them, and then it's sort of like she's looking down on him, or just maybe that innate nature that she wants somebody to make the same or more. But the average Joe is not making six figures. And a lot of women are overlooking, that aspect, and they feel like, okay, I'm the boss B now, so I want, a dude that's making six figures. But that only a certain percentage of men that like
A real woman,
very
though.
small percentage, but there's more women with more opportunities because it's set up in America that way, that they're getting more opportunities, they're getting to the bag, and that bag is kind of overtaking their femininity, because they, don't want to attach themselves to a man that makes less than them. But I was listening to Kevin Samuels. He was saying, like, but there's men that stand outside Home Depot, they were looking for work, but when they get home, their wife cooks them a meal. Or, the blue collar man that takes trash out your trash, but comes home and there's a woman that serves him food, and doesn't have a problem, doesn't look down on him, but actually, is in her role as a woman as well, as a feminine woman. Yeah.
But I guess that comes with, with just with growth and with home. Because a real woman know that it ain't really about the bag. Bags important. Don't get bags. Everything not. You know what I mean? But a bag's part of it. You know what I mean? It's part of probably maybe the 10 things that come along with it. You understand what I'm saying? But if he got all 9 of those and just missing that one thing, which happened to be the bag, then you know what? She's gonna carry, the real woman's gonna carry the weight on that bag. You know what I mean? Because that's not an issue right there. You know what I mean? Because love is everything. You know what I mean? If she's in love with him, you know what I mean? Or but however it goes, vice versa. You know what I mean? I mean, nobody wants that weight.
Yeah, well, and that's what's coming up is that I've heard so many influencers say that stop trying to make Black women sign up for struggle love.
Well,
And
much you
yeah,
struggle, not so much a struggle love. I mean, if you're doing it together, then we struggling together, we're gonna get to the top together. You understand what I'm saying?
that's some, well, that's good for some women. Some women are encouraging and feminine in that way. But a lot of women, they're like,
way to the top.
they want that come up. That's like, okay, I mean, he's good for right now, but such and such, he got 6 feet. They said they want. Actually, I think they're looking for the devil. Actually, because they said they want the 666, which is 6 feet, 6 figures, and the 6-inch.
Well,
Thing. So I'm like, why are you striving for that? They're like,
well, that's once again you're playing in a whole nother level. You're playing in a whole nother league. You understand what I'm saying? That's something that
a whole nother league or a whole nother delusion.
A whole nother delusion. You understand what I mean? It's a league because there's people out there that really move like that. Mm-hmm. So those pray for. You know what I mean? Hopefully they'll get it right. You know what I'm saying? Because they'll be gone. And when I mean by be gone, then they'll be somewhere where they don't want to be in a few years. You know what I mean? What that situation is, I don't know.
And what is it?
I don't know what that situation may be, but I know, but chasing something that, you know what I mean, that trying to get to the top, it ain't always fun at the top.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. You understand what I'm saying? It's real lonely at the top. Trust me. People at the top want to bring people up there with them. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Once you get up there, you realize that shit, I don't want to be up here by myself. My family don't want to be up here at all. And when I had to get up here, it was crazy to get up here. And I had to do all that just to get up here. And ain't nothing really up here. It's just this.
Okay, but do you feel like the average woman can be up there?
Of course you can. Anybody can be at the top. It depends on your strive and your hustle.
Okay, do you think now this is the issue, like, okay, if she's loud, if she's not submissive in these things as a feminine woman, like holding it down like she should be, do you think that man or that caliber of man has time for that type of woman?
What's the definition of submissive?
Okay, like you said, holding it down. If I need the meals cooked, if I need the children tended to, or if I need you to get on my plan.
Well, once again, if you got married, that's what you signed on to. And I'm not saying you're supposed to be no housewife. I'm not saying that. But you signed up to certain things that you guys agreed on. Mm-hmm. And you knew what you was getting into when you married or married him. You knew what you was getting into. You knew what you got into before you was laying down with him. You understand what I'm saying? And mm-hmm. Said I do. You had to be a fool to say I do to something that may not work. You knew what you was doing. You know what I mean? If you're gonna keep it strictly dickly, then keep it that and keep it moving. You understand what I'm saying? You married it, so get it right. You know what I'm saying? Figure it out.
Like, I think a lot of people, they get into these situations. Now it's even worse. It's even worse now. It's not so much marriage anymore. It's a lot of women just having, just procreating, just having babies with men. It's not so much like the commitment anymore. But I've heard that women, they don't want to be wives. They'd rather be mothers. They want the child, but they don't want the responsibility of a wife. And I just think that's just so awkward, because a child is way harder than, being somebody's wife, when it's just you and your husband's accountability and the small little things and what you have to do together. And you also have help, in the family, as a provider, someone over you. But then choosing to be a single mom, or not being, or have a man as your covering, is way harder. It's way harder.
You're single, anything is just stupid unless you put in that situation. You understand? Mm-hmm. Go out here, for anybody go out here, they say, hey, I'm gonna have a kid. Unless you artificially being simulated, whatever the case may be, I don't know. But for you to lay up with a person, say, I'm gonna have a baby and I don't want no baby mama or no baby daddy, whatever the case may be, that's just stupid. You think you're gonna raise this kid, on your own? You don't think this kid deserves a father? You don't think this kid deserves a mother? Mm-hmm. You shouldn't have had a kid in the first place because you're a selfish person. You understand what I'm saying? Of course the kid needs two parents all day long. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? He needs a mother and a father. Mm-hmm. The mother and the father.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Stop being selfish. No, you can't do it on your own. You know what I'm saying? Even if your mommy and daddy is rich, whatever the case may be, and you do have the finances to do it, the kid still needs a parents. Stop being stupid.
Mm-hmm. Also, which lends to my next question. Right here. I'm supposed to, let me edit that. Okay, hold on. 1 second. Thank you. All right. Has America robbed women of their femininity? What do you think? And I say this because
It's
there's
not.
has been so many movements here as far as feminism, where it's women empowerment. You see more of the men not elevated, where it's single mother empowerment, pushing the man out the house. Women are equal or the same as men. Women can do the same thing as men, same jobs. But we don't see them in those hard labor jobs, but they say they can do the same jobs as men. Also, 1 second.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. That was my wife. She stepped in.
Sorry, I had to mute my mic as well. Yes, so has America robbed women of their femininity? Because, like you said, going back to this video, going to another country,
Yeah.
in other countries, women, they say when you're in Rome, do as the Romans do, right?
Okay. I'm listening.
Shouldn't she have been aware of how people react here? You can't even dress a certain way.
Hell yeah, she should.
You couldn't even interact with men and people a certain way. So
say this: if you going into somebody else's house, then you got to respect their rules. If you don't respect their rules, then you don't need to go in their house. So
yeah, but if you come from the house and now I'm entitled, I have my rights and feminine rights, and nobody can tell me nothing at my home, and now I go somewhere else, and now I'm bringing my behaviors, whether they're bad or good, but I'm bringing my bad behavior to your house, and you better acquiesce to my program.
But there's violations, and there's you know what I mean, there's what's the word I'm looking for? There's actions for that. You feel what I'm saying? It just so happened that her actions happen to be jail, and not
consequences.
Her consequence is jail and not death, or a slap in the face, or a punch in the eye, whatever it may have been, or a stab or a shot, whatever it may have been. There's consequences behind everything. So once again, before you step in with your own rules and regulations, you better check it. You better check before you step in somebody's house, once again. So if the Romans are wearing, if the women have to wear facial masks or facial robes around their face, whatever the case, if that's what you choose not to do, I don't think you should go to their home then. Who are you? Who are you to change it up?
But that's what is going on in America.
Yeah, well,
American modern women, sorry.
That's not American. She found out the hard way.
Well, no, it is America. And a lot of women will tell you more than likely to shut up and sit down, and I run this, and I'm not being submissive to anything. So now that behavior, you know how you, like you said, you can take the person out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the person. So all that hood behavior that you done brought with you over the seas, you know, now it's got you in trouble.
Once again, you gotta know when to turn it on and turn it off. Ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of hood. Everybody need a little bit of hood in them. They need it, but they know when. They also know when to leave. Know when to leave it at home. You understand? That's all.
Yeah, but my question is, we live here in America.
Okay.
So is America is America grooming women to be feminine women?
No, not at all.
Okay, that's what I meant to say. If I didn't say it that way, the right way, the first time, I'm sorry. But we live here. We live in this society, and like you said, we are not grooming women to be feminine women. Like, you just can't, like, off the rip be like, oh, that's a wife. Like, men can't go outside and find a wife. They got to really dig through and hopefully find somebody decent that's not gonna, play them and finesse them. If they didn't get attached to the game first before they got with you. You know,
Um,
there's go ahead.
No, you got. I'm sorry.
Also, I was hearing that, like, also in America, they promote, that sexual promiscuity.
The what?
Sexual promiscuity.
What's that?
Just have sex whenever you want, whoever, whatever. Love is love, and also, no consequence to you if you get preggo. You can do the baby stuff. We can't say certain words on YouTube, but there's just always a way out that doesn't promote virtuous aspects for a woman to be like.
Well, once again, all that comes from home. Everything starts from home. Everything starts from home.
Mm-hmm.
Start from home is what you bring out in the streets or what you bring out into this world. You understand what I'm telling you?
Mm-hmm.
So if you got good parenting, good guidance, then you'll move the wise way. If you got terrible guidance, then you'll move terribly out here. Everything starts from home. And some of us don't have a home, so don't get it twisted. So I get it. I get it. So it's all about the one that follow. You know what I mean? There's just, show me 5 friends and I'll show you your future. Mm-hmm. So it's all about who you running with, who you listening to.
Yeah. And I mean, it's what makes it harder is not just like, go ahead.
I'm gonna grab a water 1 second.
It's grabbing the water.
I apologize.
Yes, okay. And I think it's an all around war, a war on femininity. We don't have music like we used to, like, songs that were really respectful. They had a message, but it wasn't like in your face, like the WAP and twerking and all these things. And so all these women are embodying, they're looking at these celebrities for as their idols, and like, all that twerking and everything. That's what's popping. That's what's good. That's what they think is attractive to men. But it's just an object. It's only to objectify them.
It's just the women. It's the men too. These, yes, and so it's everything. And that's messed up. The world's messing up everybody. You know what I'm saying? The little girls, the little boys, everybody. You understand what I'm saying? You know what I mean, ain't no way in heck that these little boys or little girls should be moving the way they're moving at the age of 7, 8, 10, 13 years old, or whatever the case may be. Once again, it starts from the home. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not here on live air judging nobody. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but the thing is, if we don't speak up and if we don't instruct, now I can understand instructing somebody, not necessarily having to judge them. That's a totally different thing, because now I'm teaching you. I'm not bashing you, but I'm going to make you aware. And there's nothing wrong with making somebody aware of when they went to the left.
I mean, they know right from wrong.
No, people, they don't know. Sometimes they don't know. Sometimes they think it is because their mama telling them that, like you said, the kids, they move in a certain way. Their mama's over there pumping them up, recording them, trying to get that clout. Like, go ahead, baby, do that thing. And you know what I'm exploiting, and like I said, that's America. And it's robbing, our youth, which grow up to be teenagers, which grow up to be women, and it's just this cycle. And it's like women, like I said, they're choosing to opt out of trying to be their best to be a wife, but they're finding it to be like a slave, like like being a feminine woman is slave. To be at home is to be a slave. I want to get to the bag. I need that Birkin. Those
Well,
type of things.
I mean, shit. I mean, unless your man's bringing home at least 7 figures, who wants to be home? Who can afford to be home? I mean, let's just keep it real. Ain't no such thing. We don't live in back in those times no more. So let's just keep it real. We live in those days. If your man wants your ass to stay home, then he needs to be bringing in the bread for you to stay home.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? If he wants you to be what he wants you to be, whatever the case may be, then he need to be holding it down. What he need to do all day long. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But if you talk about, you're gonna be a blue collar, you're gonna be the trash guy, you're gonna be this and that, and we're gonna live in the hood and we're gonna be all right. Nah, fuck that. Excuse my language. Nah.
Try to keep it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like, even if she was at home, you know what I'm saying? If you were the man, if you were bringing it, and a woman supposedly knows how to make a home, right?
Right.
What's the problem?
What do you mean? What's the problem? I just broke it down. What do you mean?
Yeah, but I mean, like, okay, now she wants a lifestyle. She doesn't want to be at home. Now it's more so I want the glitz and glams of life instead of my
Well,
necessities.
ain't nothing wrong with that. Everybody want to do better in life. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Who
Okay.
don't want that? Shit, you gotta be who don't want to do better in life? Who don't want to step up from Payless to Gucci or from you understand what I'm saying? From I don't know, whatever the case may be. You understand what I'm saying? Who don't? Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's what you call dreaming. That's what you call living.
I know, but if a woman gets with you to chase only that,
well, I mean, you should know that when you get with her. You know what you're getting with. Niggas ain't stupid. I mean, some are, but I mean, you know what you're getting with. If you got that type of bread, you know what I'm saying? You know what you're getting into. You know,
okay, then that's okay. But what about the average man?
what about it?
Okay, then what about the average man that's making $50,000 a year? Isn't he entitled to have a feminine woman as well?
Oh, you shouldn't be chasing no broad that's out here trying to rock no Gucci's and the Prada and the Hermes bag and the Birkin. Nigga, you can't afford that.
Okay, then okay, I accept that. Now, just a regular woman, now she sees you as a herb and I want to come up. Is that right or is that wrong?
Nigga, listen. If you got a regular job and you in the Gucci store or the Birkin bag, matter of fact, you can't even afford a Birkin bag if you're in the regular store. But if you're in the Gucci store, a Saks Fifth Ave or whatever the case may be, Louis store, whatever the case may be, and you spending your check on a broad, then that's what happens. It is what it is. You can't be that stupid, my nigga. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Sex ain't that bomb. Because you can go to the massage parlor and get a better job than that.
Let's keep it G-rated.
No, I'm keeping it 100 and save your money. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it is what it is. You mean we live in too much of an intelligent time with too much information. You know what I mean? With too much out, be that stupid.
Okay, but I mean, like,
nobody's trying to come up on you or not. All day long.
But don't you want a good-looking woman that's a 8, 9, or 10?
Listen, if she's 4, 5, 6, 7, you know what I mean? If she's whatever the case may be, she's whatever she may be, whatever her heart said, then that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm not judging by the outside, the material things no more. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay, but most men want an attractive woman.
Don't judge. Matter of fact, she could be a 2, but if she got a brain of a 10, and we gonna get that, listen, I make her into a 12. But, you feel what I'm saying? With her, my swag, and you know what I'm saying? We do what we do. And my brain also. You feel what I'm saying? We do what we do.
Nice.
But it's not even about the materials or looks or whatever case. It's about what's up here. But that's what you bring to the table. What you bring to the table.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need all that shit's probably fake anyway. You probably paid for that. You gotta give it back soon. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Want none of that, but then nobody take nothing up here from you. You get that.
That's true. All right. My next question. Should we okay, now that we know that this young lady, um, she didn't make herself aware of, the laws and customs, not all of them, just the one she thought, you know. And so now she landed herself in a bad situation, a worse situation, and she's in, being imprisoned, and because she wasn't aware of the customs. But do you think we in America should initiate corrective actions for a woman's behavior? And would it lead to, and do you think that it would lead to women being more submissive and respectful?
You mean in layman's terms, meaning tell women what to do?
No, we should initiate corrective actions for a woman's behavior. So if she goes off the chain, whiling, domestic violence, if she's busting you in your head because she know that you ain't gonna hit her back because she's a man, but she's using that to attack you, should we initiate corrective action like imprisonment or fining them because they are trying to be abrasive and masculine with you?
All day long. Yeah, all day long. Yeah, she should.
I agree.
But yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Just like your grandma used to tell you back in the day, don't put your hands on nobody if you don't know nobody put your hands on you. Keep your hands. You know what I'm saying? Just like I tell my daughters, keep your hands. You feel what I'm saying? So that way, if he do happen to put his hands on you, I'll deal with it. Saying, keep your hands to yourself.
Yeah.
Because first strike and you put your hands on him, now that changed up the whole entire ball game.
1 second. 1 second, sir. Sorry about that. The answer call. But yeah, I believe that. But I mean, we get away with so much here. I think that the man is demonized and criminalized way more here in America. I know that men do things, you know what I'm saying, but there's a lot of times when women, they do their thing. Go ahead, hit me. Go ahead, hit me. Hit me. And they're interrogating the person, just like with the brother John Majors. His woman, was the one that was acting crazy with him.
But thank God we got cameras nowadays.
Yep, and he made the call, but if there was no calls or if there was no evidence, he lost everything, right? His career was at stake. And I was just watching on Instagram the other day, there was a football player who women said that that he had these attempts with them in that way, and he lost his whole football career. But it was lies. And I think the more that women are held accountable, I mean, obviously we can't tell you nothing. Obviously a man can't say nothing for you to be respectful. Yeah, you should get locked up.
I agree, but once again, when you playing on another level, you know what I'm saying? You gotta move different. You just can't be with everybody and hang with everybody. You understand what I'm saying? Some people even make you sign up with a non-disclosure if you want to hang out with me. You understand what I'm saying? So I mean, look at John Moran. You understand? We ain't even talking. We talking about men. You understand what I'm saying? So sometimes you really gotta watch the circle you hang with. Just like I said, you show me 5 of your friends, I show you future. Hello?
Oh, my children.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely you have to be aware in what you're doing as a woman. And I don't
listen, whether it's women or not, if you're in the millions and you're playing on a different league, then you gotta play on a different league, my dude. It is what it is.
What's a different league? Like leave certain women alone, or
No,
What?
but what I'm saying is, once again, you play with the circle you came up with, and when you come up, they come up. You understand what I'm saying? When you out there and you're doing certain things, and you on another level, you shouldn't even be chasing them. You should just be, you know what I mean, doing what you gotta do, being focused. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Who your homegirls are is your homegirl. Who you rode with back in the day, who rode, ride, and die with you, you know what I mean? Those one that you come up with. Everything ain't about the dicky. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
About loyalty. You understand what I mean? That's what rides over everything. You feel what I'm saying? But these niggas go out here and get it twisted. You feel what I'm saying? Because they want to party. Party with your people that you came up with. You understand what I'm saying? Let them screen the niggas that they bring around you.
But I mean, like, say if, like, we all make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? We all want to, you know, you rub elbows with folks, and you know, if my preference now, like, say if I was looking for a black woman to rock with me, but they was like, just trying to play me and say, oh, you look crazy, you look funny, or I'm not attracted to you, and then when I get to the top, now that you chose Sarah, now all the black women are getting upset, and that's how it is all the time. Like, black women don't say nothing until they see somebody else of a different ethnicity or race on a black man's arm. And that's why I get so upset, because why not act right? And black men do want to be with black women, but it's just that behavior that they just cannot tolerate sometime. I mean, back then, the women are built a little bit different. You got your old school moms and the moms that just go upside your heads like, hey girl, you better be quiet. The ones that were very, disciplinary in the home, and the moms and dads. And now, now it's really like, the government's their daddy. They're giving them all these rights and incentives, and the one up, the entitlement. And I think a lot of men, they're just turned off by the behavior. Yes, you look good and you look like me, but the behaviors is not, it's not something I want to choose as a reflection to represent my house, to represent somebody raising my kids, to represent somebody that I want in the same circles when I'm moving now. Now I got to worry about you acting unseemly, coming out the side of your mouth, maybe twerking over there while we're at the gala. You know what I'm saying? So it's the behaviors that need to be modified. And I just think that it's such a hard fight, because it's like when you let something out the box, they just don't want to go back in, you know. And I think that's where we're at in the femininity.
I think right now we're in this time where devil's the prince of the air right now, and he got the air of everybody. You know, and if we don't take it back, meaning God's people, Jesus Christ people, Jesus' people, then, and what I mean, just like how we're doing right now. I mean, you just spreading the truth, you just kicking it and telling it how it is. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, go right. You feel what I'm saying? That they do follow and they go to the right.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't save everybody.
Yeah,
You can't save everybody.
that's true.
You can't save everybody. It's hard. Hard. You know what I'm saying? So I really wish the best for that young lady, her and her mother. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm not definitely, I don't know what, I'm not judging on that. I don't even know what she said, what she did, her aggression or whatever the case may be. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? But know this, that male, female, whatever the case may be, there's a time to turn up and a time to turn down.
Mm-hmm.
Down. And there's levels to it. You feel what I'm saying? Because the one thing you can always best believe, there's always going to be somebody big and back who will show you. And they would definitely show you.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? So, I mean, if I was, you know what I mean, just, I, I mean,
I can't hear you. You get a
Our,
little choppy there.
our young black ladies out here,
Yeah.
they need guidance. You understand what I'm saying? They really um and once back, you, you feel because what they say for the love of money, root of all, you understand what I mean?
Love of
That
money, root of all evil.
yeah, you understand what I'm saying? And what they say is not money's not evil. Don't get it twisted. The money's not the bag ain't evil. Not the
Mm-hmm.
it's the love for it, what you would do for it. A lot of people would do a lot of ugly things for that bag. Ugly things for the bag. You understand? And you can best believe as fast as it come, as fast as it go, all day long.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? But if you get it the right way, it'll, you know, so, I mean, it's once again, you know what I mean, and know this, everybody's definition of that money.
It's a
Oh,
little choppy with the internet.
can you hear me?
I can hear you. It's getting a little like
Okay, maybe that means it's time to go.
Yeah, I put up the final thoughts because it sounds like you're, finalizing,
Yeah,
your thoughts. But I want people to be able to hear you, so try to, stay close to your mic.
you hear me?
Yeah, just make sure.
And know this that once bag always money, ain't always wealth or finance. Some people got it. They ain't got happiness. They're miserable. They're lonely. You understand? They'll do ugly things. Like, so that bag that you're chasing ain't always finances or money that bag that's in that bag. You understand? There's other things inside that bag that people need or want. Not always money. You know?
Mhm.
So know that. Because once you get that bag of money, you're missing all the other ingredients that will really make that beautiful, let's say, cake that you're trying to get or trying to eat. I heard my sister say that in church. Um, I was in church last week. I heard my sister Jennifer giving she was preaching. But like I was saying, you know what I mean, if you try and get that cake, you know what I mean? That's what we used to use back in the day, trying to get that cake. You know what I mean? Now they use the word bag. But if you need more than just that money for the ingredients. You know what I'm saying? The whole lot of ingredients that you need to get to go with that. You know, and that being told to check, you know.
Mhm. Wow. Thank you. Like, yeah, we definitely. Um,
Thank you for having it was
I'm not ready. Let me get my final thoughts.
oh no, it's really cool. Thank you.
Yeah, and you're right. We don't know the conversation that they did have in Dubai, but we have to be self-aware, and that's what I want people to learn. Femininity is the self-awareness. I gotta be able to read the room. I have to be able to know, okay, somebody's being hostile. I cannot be hostile. I need to see who's around that can help me, if I can get somebody else to help me, or okay, can I calm him down? Can I make it a calmer situation? What can I say to change the aggressiveness? It's easy to pop off. It's easy to react like, you know how it is. We react. Oh, you ain't gonna, how they get, but you have to respond. Like I got approached by a man. He's bigger than I'm only 5'3". This guy's 6 feet tall, and he's expressing himself out of anger to me, and I'm just like, okay, I bring it down because naturally a man is stronger than me. I don't want to go step toe to toe and be that little chihuahua. You see them little chihuahua dogs just, I don't want to be like that. I want to be able to hear, know what's being said, and to be able to assess the situation, and if there's any way that I can get back up out of it, make sure that both parties are heard and understood. because sometimes you think you hear what you hear, but that's not what the person said, and you're just reacting out of anger and emotion instead of really assessing and listening and trying to get the one up on the situation and diffuse it. That I believe diffusing the situation is the best way. And hopefully, next time this is a lesson for her and a lesson for Black women to learn how to diffuse the situation. Like you said, we're in somebody else's house. We can't act any old way and act any old way that we want, regardless. It doesn't matter. Another country or at the supermarket with, somebody that that you don't know, we have to move differently. We have to be more mature, and that's what I really, really hope for women to do. Modern women is just to modify their behaviors and just be more successful with that and be self-aware. And femininity is a way of learning that, but sometimes you have to unlearn the bad behaviors to learn the good behaviors, and that takes time because creating habits and mindset takes time if you've been in a certain way for so long. But I really, really, really appreciate you joining me today. Hopefully the sound quality isn't so bad with the feedback and everything, but I really appreciate your opinion, from a man, and um and your outlook on, women's behavior, because we're just really trying to just do something different instead of bashing people and judging. Like, we have to instruct. The best way to help somebody be successful is to teach them. Like, teach a man how to fish, then they can fish for the rest of their lives, instead of beating them and doing everything for them. They will never learn anything. And so sometimes that takes sacrifice, and a lot of people don't want to be that sacrificial life. They don't want that servant life out here these days. But I just really appreciate you dedicating some of your time this afternoon.
But thank you once again. Thank you for having me. Pleasure. And just I mean, to put it on air, we talk,
Mm-hmm.
talk about situations. We talk about business. We talk about life.
Mm-hmm.
And it's cool. I mean, we're always talking
Mm-hmm.
on my end. To yeah, most it was really
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm gonna have to get you in a strong area where your Wi-Fi is strong, because that in and out it's so bad. I don't want people to miss out on what you're saying.
And hopefully you have me back, and hopefully we'll have more information on that young lady, and hopefully it'll be positive information.
Yes.
And and like I said, hopefully you'll have me back.
I will have you back, and we can have more people and have a bigger discussion. I've been on panels before, and not everybody agrees. There can be some fights and like name calling, but everybody's entitled to have their outlook and perspective on things. But I just want to have the conversation, but be solution based.
Well, you know what happens is everybody's entitled to it. So what happens? We're only gonna have with me. I'm only gonna have a conversation with adults. I can take criticism, no problem at all. But we're gonna have an adult conversation. You know, it helps me look at things. That's all. You know what I mean? As long as it's an adult conversation. Yeah, that's what it's all about. Conversation, communicate. That's how you grow. That's how you learn. So I like that. I challenge. I don't challenge. I bring it on. I invite it.
Yes, it's good.
Yeah,
we definitely need it. And I think us, because we're Christians, definitely the Christian perspective. There's lots of people, they don't really incorporate that in these discussions. They just call it out as they see it in the world, but we know that it's a spiritual thing going on, and we're just seeing the results of those things that are happening in the spirit. And to be able to have an extra set of eyes, God's eyes on things. And when he helps you to understand situations and world events and things like that, and what's going on in your own backyard, definitely gives you an extra layer of discernment, an extra layer of truth that you can help problem solving. But you know, the world don't want the Lord, but we're gonna keep pushing them, pushing the Lord, and holding that light up so that people can you know, see the light and change.
Get clear. And one thing I want to do is get clear. Yes, we are for the Lord, and Jesus Christ is my Savior. And earlier in the episode with the podcast, might have my actions or my words might have not reflected Jesus Christ. But once again, I'm human. You know what I'm saying? I'm walking the walk. So if I, you know, I mean, might have went all the way over to the right, excuse me and forgive me. You know what I mean? I'm human. You know what I mean? So, and that happens sometimes when you get emotional, when we talk about certain things. But, you know, when we hang up this phone, I'll pray. I'll ask God to forgive me. And, you know what I mean? I'll keep it moving.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want to affect your podcast or your fans or anything by, you know what I mean? Saying, hey, you had this guy, whatever the case may be. Once again, I'm human. I'm a man. You know what I mean? My tongue slips up. But once again, when I hang up this phone, I talk to my Lord and Savior, and He forgives me.
Yes, he will. I mean, people have done panels I've been on have been way worse and to the left. I tell you that, and you probably like a little kitten compared to things I've heard. But you know, to have your honesty and you know apologize, and that's all that we need in this world. Accountability first, holding ourselves accountable and changing and doing better. This is your probably your first time online, I can imagine, and I know that you're a passionate speaker, so that's why I had you on there, because you don't want somebody that's boring you know, sitting here for we've been here on an hour. I wasn't expecting that, but you know, you don't want it to be boring too, but you know, not you know you know, you want just you be yourself, and you were being yourself today. And I know that you know we do have our slip ups, we are human, but thank God for grace and that we can pray and ask for forgiveness, and you know, just do better next time. That's about it. And you know, you definitely will be back, and I'll definitely have more people, and I know that your connection will be better next time. So that's good. I really enjoy myself. I really appreciate your time. Just hold on one second. All right. Guys, I thank you for spending this time with me and my guest, Sean, as we discuss this incident in Dubai and discussing female behavior, Black women's behavior. And, you know, we may not have the exclusive video of her, what she said, or what the man said, but we must know that we have to be aware of our surroundings, aware of our behaviors, and knowing that will help us be successful in a lot of situations. So we have to move different. Let's think different, and let's have an elevated mindset about ourselves, and continue to just grow and learn and be the best version of ourselves. So until we meet again, thank you for showing up and spending time with the Wife School Podcast. Have a good